Welcome back to another episode of the Level Up Climbing Series. I'm Marcus, a not-so-great climber from Vancouver, Canada, who's hoping to get a little bit better through analysis and an increased motivation for climbing. For my first session of the week, I'm in High Vancouver, still kind of in my warm-up, starting off with some 3 hexes. So here I am on a pink 3 hex, which was honestly pretty straightforward. Don't really think I learned too much from this climb, but always good to try out different climbs, try out different movements, and I guess just coming around this corner took a bit, but besides that, it was pretty straightforward. This pink 3 hex proved to be a bit more of a challenge. So here, these 2 holds are quite slopey and just very greasy. At the time, High Vancouver only allows liquid chalk, and these holds were just getting so greasy. So instead of going right hand, I realized that the beta was to go left hand, and from there, the rest of it's pretty straightforward. But yeah, that's definitely a move where I feel like I should have been able to read that a little bit better from the start. But yeah, the rest of it was pretty easy. On another pink 3 hex here for warm-up, this one was probably the easiest of the 3. All the holds are just straight up jugs, and it's all pretty straightforward. Now it's time to try some harder stuff. So here I am on this green 4 hex. This first move looked pretty physical, and it certainly was. Getting into this press here. For me, luckily, I didn't find it too bad, and I was happy to be able to get my left foot up, as I had seen some people struggling to get that foot up there. And then from there, you just have to kind of pull and press. And I was struggling here to find out how to balance myself and find the match, but luckily I find a little toe hook there. I just jam my foot in and I get the match, so I was happy to flash that 4 hex. I hopped onto this blue 3 hex next. These holds are not amazing, but I'd say they aren't too bad either. And here, everyone else was going straight to the top of that hemisphere, and so I was trying to do the same, but it just felt really far. So I tried just touching the bottom there, and it just didn't feel great where I was grabbing it. But I had happened to see this kid do it this way, where he just kind of grabbed more to the right, and I felt like it was doable. I just had to sit more on the foot. So I'm really focused, less on the hands honestly, and more focused on just weighing that right foot, letting myself stay balanced. And I kind of desperately grab for the top with my left hand once I get into a good enough position. And even here, just on this finish move, I was a little bit worried about it. I couldn't tell exactly how good it was, but luckily I was able to reach. I don't think this guy here saw me. Luckily he moved out. And now this blue 4 hex was pretty much my project for this session. I came in hoping to get this climb. If you had watched previous episodes, this is one that I worked on for a session. And I was just having a little bit of trouble here. This time, since I commit with the right hand, it felt a lot better, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do here. The match felt horrible, and yeah, it just wasn't amazing. So instead I opt for the bump, thanks to some beta given from my friend Liz. And from there, it was not too bad. But I was really stoked to have gone this, since I'd say pockets are something that I've been I don't have much experience with, I guess. I'd say this is an issue with the Hive setting in general, is I feel like they don't do hard holds on easy climbs. I wish they had more pocket climbs with really good feet or something for lower levels, because I think at this point there definitely is a mental aspect of them being a little intimidating. And yeah, I really just don't think I would have gotten that climb had I not been doing some finger strength training. So I felt a lot more confident on it. And so yeah, I was just really happy to get it. This ping 4 hex was proving to be quite a challenge with the toe hook. You start by toe hooking the starting right hand, and then you kind of just throw yourself to this hold. And I kept getting really close, but it was pretty far. And here I finally managed to stick it. I think it was honestly just a matter of getting comfortable with the move and really trying to bring my body into the wall, as well as just committing to it. As I said, just trying to get comfortable and having the confidence to know that I can definitely get it. So I was happy about that send. They had some blue dyno climbs here. So the whole point was you can start from whichever hand holds. So you see there's the jugs at the top, or there's the 2 lower jugs. And then there's 3 different finish holds. And the goal was to get the highest one possible. But from the jugs, it was just really scary even getting 2 hands on that second hold. If you don't know, I'm a 5'5" climber. It just felt far. If you had been watching previous episodes as well, you would know that I've been trying this ping 4 hex for a while. And this ping 4 hex was the climb that I really wanted this session. I just kept feeling so close. Like, look at that. I'm getting my foot onto the hold. I really thought I was going to stick it that time. And even though I was super close sometimes, it definitely was not a consistent thing. And yeah, I was really struggling with this. It was really tricky because you want to keep your, like, you want to hit it with your hands. You want to pull yourself in there. But you're just kind of coming around the wall pretty hard. It's really hard to stop yourself. So I didn't intend to, but I ended up spending basically my entire session just working on this ping climb. And every single time I kept feeling like I was so close. But I think as my attempts went on, I think I was getting worse and worse. Like, in those first couple attempts, you can see my feet were... Ooh, actually that one looks pretty good. But yeah, in the first couple attempts, like, my foot was decently solid on the hold. But on the next few, sometimes they're not even touching it. So even looking, I'm not too sure what I could have done differently. So if you have any advice in the comments, let me know. This yellow 3 hex was also a dyno. And for some reason, it spooked the heck out of me. I felt like it was a 2-hand, but I just kept wanting to go one-handed and throw the left foot. But eventually, I committed to both and managed to stick it. And from there, the rest of the send is pretty easy. And for the final climb of the session, it was just this yellow 3 hex. Actually, I don't know if it was a 3 or a 4 because it was ungraded at the time and I never ended up checking. Especially since I don't think I mentioned this is in Hive North Van, which is one of the gyms that I go to probably the least. But yeah, overall it was pretty smooth and I was happy with my session.